Well, Happy New Year. I hope that your holidays have been amazing and wonderful. And I hope that you listened to my last recording where I talked about what are the ways that you can stop and just acknowledge and appreciate the wins and the successes for the prior year. And today I want to talk about how do you set up your next year for success and how do you identify what are your visions or your goals for yourself in this coming year. Now, I don't mean, those things that we do on New Year's Day where that we have resolutions, or I'm going to lose weight, or I'm going to stop smoking, or I'm going to be somehow better, different. So this is a different approach to that. And the approach I take is looking out at your business and asking yourself the question, if we were talking a year from now, and I said to you, tell me what made this a really great year, what would it look like? Now, our brain tends to really want to instantly go to, well, I had to do this and this and this, like figure out like how you would have gotten or what you would have had to have done to create a different result or create a change or make things better in your business. And what I'm going to invite you to do is to just put aside for the moment the how of how you're going to do it, because it really doesn't matter at this point. What's way more important is that you look at what do you want to be able to say about how your year turned out and what's the experience you want to have had in the process of going through this year. So let me just give you an example. When I did this yesterday with a client, I said, so tell me, like, what's your vision for 2023? What will have made this a great year? I said, imagine, and you can do this while I'm walking you through it too. Imagine it's January 2024 and we're talking and I say, hey, tell me what made this a really great year for you. What were the wins? What were the successes that you experienced? And some examples from my conversation yesterday were that we will have increased our revenue by 10%, that our bottom line will have been maintained at 10 to 12%. So there were some like very strategic, tactical, specific results that they wanted to create. And then they said, we will have developed these two people on our team to have taken on a more senior role. And I asked some more questions about that. Like, what does that mean that they'll have a more senior role? What kind of things will they be taking care of? Like, and what will that do for you? So as I asked this one person who leads production, she said, well, it would be that he was managing all of the things going on in the field and managing the schedule with this other guy that we're going to develop also, and that I'm not involved in that at all, and that I'm just doing the strategy, engaging with clients, working with troubleshooting, like resolving issues of desires that clients have of what they want to create on a project. And I'm not married, in the day-to-day figuring out logistically how it's going to happen. This one person on my team is going to be doing that. So she got really specific that way, but it was also a way that when you get specific in terms of will it look like, right? Not how did you do it? So there's no question about the how, but what's it going to look like when it's exactly the way you would like it to be? And what it did for her, and she told me afterwards, is that it really helped clarify that her ability to get to that place, being clear about what your outcome is the thing that can help you stand from that end result, look back to where you are today and ask the question, how can I get there? What will it take to get there, right? So then you can ask the how afterwards, but first you have to determine what's the goal, what's the vision. So my invitation to you today is to stop, think about what will make 2023 a really great year for you. What will have happened that you will have had a sense of acknowledgement, appreciation, gratitude, that will have made you happy, that will have had your business become better, have your life become better. Like, what's the experience you want to be having? Because like when I asked her that question yesterday, she said, I will just be having way more fun because I'm focusing on the part of my business I really want to focus on. And I will have less stress in trying to straddle both of those roles because somebody else will be managing that role. And she said, I realize I still need to manage him to that result, but I don't have to be the one to make sure that I stay involved with it all the time. because that will be my goal, is to have him be able to manage that on his own. So what's the experience you want to have in this next year? And what are the wins that you want to be able to, like, we're having this conversation and it's a year from now. And I say, tell me about what were your wins for this past year? What made it a great year for you? And just think about it from that perspective. And what's the experience you want to be having? And the clearer that picture can be for you, the easier it will be for you to be able to stand at that end vision and look back and say, all right, what will it take in order to get there? How can I get there? How can I, like, what are the key focuses for the year? So I hope you found this to be helpful. I really invite you, encourage you to do this. It's a lovely exercise. Write it down. Goals not written down are just good ideas. Goals written down are actually goals. And then put it someplace where at the end of the year, or occasionally, like quarterly, maybe actually even be better, is to stop and to look at it and go, hey, how am I doing? Are we on track? Are we off track? And then you get an opportunity to make course corrections if you need to. All right. Go have fun with this exercise. And I look forward to seeing you next time on the Profit Builder.